Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to all my subscribers on my YouTube channel, Aiman Story. Okay, it's me, Aiman. Okay, today, as I promised in the previous video, I'm going to talk about the process of the infection of the lung cells, named as pneumocyte cells, caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, or known as COVID-19 virus. Okay, the name of the virus is SARS-CoV-2. Okay, the name of the disease is called as COVID-19. Okay, so this one is the name of a virus, and the bottom one is the name of the disease, the COVID-19 coronavirus disease. Okay, so as we know, I try to make it simple. The structure of the virus is something like this, rounded shape. Okay, so there is a crown-like shape that protruded from the surface of the virus. Okay, from this membrane, the outer membrane of the virus, there is a stalk that is protruded, and then this one we call it as a spike. Okay, spike. Okay, spike. Then there is also another bunch of this type of tubular like form. Okay, so what's basically the structure of this virus, the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So the outer part, there are tube-like structure. Okay, and there is a spike, the rounded shape that attached to this tubular like structure. Okay, as you see in this video. Okay, is in the inner structure of the virus. Okay, there are cytoplasm. Okay, and inside this area, as we can zoom in, there are a variety of the genetic material, but the main point is the genetic material for the SARS-CoV-2 virus is RNA. Okay, so RNA is ribonucleic acid. Okay, ribonucleic acid. What's the form of this RNA that is associated with this virus is positive sense single-stranded RNA. Okay, this is the form of the genetic material that is possessed by this virus, the SARS-CoV-2 virus, or known as a COVID-19 virus. Okay, as we go through to the process of infection, once the virus comes to the respiratory system through the nasal cavity. Okay, nasal cavity, this is a nose, so it goes into the nasal cavity and then try to go deeper into the lower respiratory tract, so it will reach to the lungs. Okay, the trachea, the bronchi, okay, the bronchiole, and the deeper part of the bronchiole, there are a special air sac. Okay, as I mentioned in the previous video, air sac. Okay, there are special cavity of the lung, of the human lung, known as alveoli. Okay, the alveoli is air sac that function as to be the site of gas exchange. Okay, from between the oxygen and also the carbon dioxide. Okay, as we inhale, okay, as a person inhale the air from the environment, okay, inhale the air, the human will inhale the oxygen, okay, and exhale out from the lung carbon dioxide. Okay, the process of the gas exchange here is importantly occur in the alveoli itself. Alveoli. Okay, once the oxygen comes to the blood and to the respiratory tract, until it reaches to this alveoli part, it will cross the barrier. So this one is interstitial space. Okay, behind the interstitial space, okay, there are blood capillaries. Okay, blood capillaries. Okay, this is interstitial space, and there are blood capillaries. Okay, the oxygen will pass by this interstitial space, and we go to uh, past the endothelial cells of the blood vessel, the blood capillaries. So the oxygen will go to the cell. Okay, once first it will go to the heart, okay, to take the oxygenated blood, and then pass through the whole body. And once the process of the oxygen is taken up by cells or other human tissues, the carbon dioxide will go back to the alveoli. Okay, the carbon dioxide will be transported from the blood capillaries go back to this alveoli, and then exhale out from the nasal cavity. Okay, that one is a basic principle of the respiratory system. Okay, what I want to ponder over is the process of infection in this COVID-19 disease, the SARS-CoV-2, okay, SARS-CoV-2 virus. The virus it will start the infection once it comes to this alveoli. The alveoli itself consists of generally two types of cells. One is pneumocytes, okay, pneumocytes type 1. Another one is pneumocyte type 2, okay, pneumocyte type 2. Okay, I want to focus on only type 2 pneumocytes, okay, pneumocytes cells. Once the virus, okay, attached to the cells, okay, attached to the cell, this one is type 2 cell, pneumocyte cell. This one is the virus, the SARS-CoV-2 virus, and this one is the spike protein, okay, spike. On top of this cell there is a receptor known as ACE2 receptor. This is abbreviated from the name as angiotensin converting enzyme type 2. Okay, next to this receptor there is a transmembrane mainly serine protease type 2 also. So once the entry of this virus attached to this receptor, okay, the spike protein itself will cleave this receptor, and then generally the whole structure of this virus will fuse into the membrane of this cell, the type 2 cell, pneumocyte cell, and it will go to the cytoplasm through the process of endocytosis. Okay, the endocytosis. Okay, once the virus goes to the cytoplasm of the cell, okay, it will form the vesicle that containing the virus itself. Okay, so once the vesicles that containing this virus present in the cytoplasm of the cell, okay, the genetic material will uncoat. Okay, will uncoat to be exported out from this vesicle, and then it will be freely moving in the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, freely moving. So what's the next step? Okay, once the single-stranded RNA that is exported out from the vesicle, once the process of endocytosis present in the infection stage, okay, this positive strands, okay, single-stranded RNA will generally, okay, bind or attach to the factory of the cells, the host cell, known as a ribosome. Okay, ribosome. So the important function of this ribosome of the host cell is to make RNA from RNA to produce the product of protein. RNA to protein. Okay, to RNA to protein. So once the RNA converted to protein via the process of translation, okay, translation, okay, so the RNA will the RNA of the virus will be converted to proteins, to the individual subunit proteins that consist of spike protein, okay, the hemagglutinin protein, okay, M protein, and another variety of the compartments of the virus particle, like nucleocapsid proteins, okay, and other parts of the viral particles of this virus, okay. Other than that, the RNA itself, to make sure that there are continuity of the viral infection to the host cell, RNA is copied to another RNA. Okay, RNA will copy another RNA through the function of the enzyme. Okay, what's the name of the enzyme is RNA dependent RNA polymerase. Okay, RNA dependent RNA polymerase. The function of RNA dependent RNA polymerase is to make the replication, okay, to make a copy of RNA as a basic template, as a parental template, to another sister template, a new RNA template. Okay, so once there are a bunch of RNA that freely moving in the cytoplasm, okay, it will go to the ribosome that attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, or freeze citing cytoplasm as the ribosomes. Okay, ribosomes. So the final part is to make sure that whole RNAs will be converted to protein. Okay, protein. So once all parts of the protein that associated with the viral particles are translated, okay, through the function of this ribosome, it will be catalyzed by the enzyme called proteinase. Okay, proteinase. So this enzyme to assemble, okay, to package whole protein structures that can be associated with the formation of the complete viral particles. Okay, viral particles of SARS-CoV-2 virus. Okay, SARS-CoV-2. So once the process of packaging the viral structures from the protein in the Golgi apparatus, okay, or Golgi body. So once the assembly of the whole proteins that can form the new viral particles of SARS-CoV-2 virus. It will be transported out from the cells, from the new master cells, and go to be infected the nearby, in the vicinity environment of the alveoli. Okay, so that's a brief explanation of the process of infection once the virus is entered the respiratory system and goes to the alveoli, and once the spike protein of this virus attached to the receptors, and it will transduce the signal pathophysiology of this infection. So once the viral particles comes out from the cells through the process of exocytosis, the cell itself, okay, will die. Okay, eventually, the whole viral and the whole pneumocyte cells type 2 and also type 1 that are infected by this virus, there will be the suicide death of all those cells. Okay, that's all for my short video today. I hope you enjoy, and then for the next video I will tell you about the process of the mechanism in this COVID-19 infection, especially when it comes to the serious condition. It will go to infect many other parts of the human body, like heart, okay, lungs, okay, liver, kidney, and even in the brain, okay, also. So that's caused by the cytokine storm that, as I mentioned earlier in the previous video. So that's all for me. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.